So I saw this robot the other day, right? It was like trying to get its art into this fancy gallery.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And get that turns out all its pieces were framed. I know. Terrible joke.
I kind of like it.
Well, hey, at least it fits because today we're doing a deep dive into this story that's I mean, it's kind of funny but also super fascinating, you know.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
We're talking about uh this whole world where art meets AI, right?
Yeah.
And specifically this crazy auction where a whole portrait made by this robot, Ide, it sold for, wait for it, almost $1.1 million.
Whoa, that's a lot of money, especially for something, that's still pretty new on the scene.
Yeah, exactly. It makes you like really wonder, is it just that people think it's cool and new or is there something like more to it, you know?
Right. What's really driving this whole fascination with AI art?
Well, and it's not like this is the first time we've seen this, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember a while back there was that Christie's auction where a piece of AI art, it went for a ton of money.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
It was. And then wasn't there also that artist, Refik Anadol, who did those incredible machine hallucinations pieces? I mean, those were
Yeah,
just,
yeah, they are mind-blowing.
could you like remind us, what was it about those pieces that was so groundbreaking? And like, why did they cause such a stir?
Well, I mean, they were both kind of like these key moments that showed everyone that the art world was changing, you know? Like with Christie's auction, that was the first time a really big, important auction house had sold something made by an algorithm, you know?
Oh, that's right.
And it really it made them think differently about, what even counts as art and who can be called an artist.
Right.
And Anadol's work, those machine hallucinations, they were just, I mean, visually stunning, right? He used AI to go through these massive amounts of image data and then create these like incredibly intricate, almost dreamlike visuals.
Yeah, I remember it's like you couldn't look away.
Exactly. And people were just, I think they were drawn to that, to the sheer beauty and the scale of it all.
Totally. So it seems like with this recent sale with Ido,
Hmm.
I mean, it's like we're seeing this whole thing building this momentum, this idea of AI art becoming more, I don't know, more accepted, more important.
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me, who or what exactly is Ido?
Well, Ida, she's not just an algorithm, she's a whole robot.
Whoa.
Yeah, and she's humanoid, so like designed to look like a human artist.
Oh, wow.
She even has this robotic arm that holds a paintbrush, like she's actually painting.
That's so interesting. Like it's a choice, right? To make this robot look human
Mm-hmm.
makes you wonder, does it, I don't know, does it matter what an artist looks like? Especially when it comes to their art.
Right. It's a good question.
And her name too, Ide. That's, it's not random.
Right. She's actually named after Ada Lovelace,
Oh, that's right.
who's considered, the first computer programmer.
Yeah, that's such a cool tribute.
Yeah.
It is. And speaking of cool, let's talk about the actual portrait that sold, the one at the auction, right?
Right.
It's called AI God, Portrait of Alan Turing.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows, well, Turing as this god of AI.
Right.
Why do you think that subject is, I don't know, so fitting for this piece, for this whole moment with AI art?
Well, Turing, he's such an important figure in all of this, in computer science and AI, and
Yeah.
he actually predicted how powerful AI would become way back in the 1950s.
Wow, so he really like saw this all coming.
Yeah, he did. And so having Ida paint him as this like god of AI, it's really powerful, right? It shows how far we've come and maybe even hints at where this technology could go.
Totally. And the crazy part to me is how Ida actually created the portrait.
Oh yeah, it wasn't simple.
No, she didn't just like copy a photo or something, right?
Yeah.
She looked at pictures of Turing's face, she learned about different perspectives, and then get this, she chose how to depict him artistically.
It's pretty amazing, right?
It is. It's like
Yeah.
she had her own vision, you know? And then on top of that, she combined her paintings with one of the bomb machines, the one Turing helped design.
Right, right.
And then they took that final image and get this, they 3D printed it. And then they added some finishing touches by hand to give it that extra something.
So it's like this blend of technology and human touch.
Exactly. Makes you think, are we seeing, I don't know, like a new kind of creativity here? This collaboration between human and machine.
It's a great question. I mean, are we? Where does one begin and the other end?
Right. And the creator of Eye, Aidan Miller, I mean, that's exactly what he wants us to think about.
Right.
He sees this whole project as this way to start a conversation about how technology is changing, is redefining what it even means to be an artist.
Yeah. It's a conversation we need to be having because, if a machine can make art that's worth millions of dollars, what does that mean for human artists? How do we even value art anymore when AI is part of the picture?
Right, right. It's almost too much to think about.
Yeah.
So we've seen how AI art is getting recognition, it's gaining value in the art market, and who knows what's next. But I guess the big question is, as AI keeps getting more and more advanced, what's it going to mean to be an artist?
Yeah.
And how will we decide what art is really valuable, whether it's made by a human or by a machine? That's something we all need to think about, don't you think?
I think you're right. I mean, what is art really? And what does it even mean to create?
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, lots to ponder there.
Definitely food for thought.